Your life is not shaped by luck, by chance, or by the hand that fate dealt you at birth. Your life is shaped by the choices you make, moment after moment, decision after decision. Every great destiny, every empire built, every invention born, every masterpiece painted, was carved from the same raw material you hold right now, the power to decide. Think about it. Edison decided he would not stop, even after 1,000 failures in the dark. Carnegie decided he would rise from a poor boy working in a cotton factory to one of the wealthiest men of his era. Abraham Lincoln decided that defeat after defeat, election loss after election loss, bankruptcy, even the death of his beloved, would not keep him from the path of purpose. And Henry Ford decided he would not bow to the skeptics who laughed at the idea of a horseless carriage. It always begins with a decision. Most people think destiny is written somewhere far above them, beyond their control, as if it were carved into stone before they took their first breath. But the truth, the liberating, terrifying truth, is that destiny is being written right now. It is written when you decide to rise instead of sleep. It is written when you choose courage over comfort. It is written when you refuse to quit, when you keep walking forward with blistered feet and heavy shoulders. Every day, you are the author. Every choice is ink, and the story is not finished until your final breath. But here is the tragedy. Most people never write their own story. They surrender the pen to fear, to distraction, to the opinions of others. They drift, carried by the tides of circumstance, waiting for permission that never comes. And so their lives become accidents, not legacies. Do not make that mistake. The moment you decide who you will be, everything changes. Decision is the spark that ignites action. Decision is the birth of identity. Decision is the moment you declare to yourself, "This is who I am. This is what I will become, and nothing will stop me." Success does not begin with talent. It does not begin with money. It does not begin with opportunity. It begins with a decision that you will not live like the rest. A decision that you will not die with your potential still buried inside of you. So if you want to know where your destiny lies, look no further than the next decision you make. The quality of your decisions depends on the quality of your mindset. If the soil of your mind is filled with weeds of doubt, fear, and excuses, then your decisions will be poisoned before they ever bear fruit. But if the soil is fertile with belief, clarity, and vision, then even the smallest seed of action can grow into a towering legacy. Earl Nightingale once said, "We become what we think about." That single sentence holds the secret of every life ever lived. Your dominant thoughts become the compass of your decisions. If you think only of scarcity, you will decide to shrink, to cling, to settle. But if you think in terms of abundance, you will decide to expand, to risk, to pursue the impossible. Your belief is the lens through which every decision is filtered. Believe you are powerless, and your decisions will chain you. Believe you are capable, and your decisions will free you. Clarity is equally vital. A man with no vision will wander in circles, making decisions that cancel each other out, building nothing. But a man with a clear vision can endure storms, betrayals, and setbacks because his decisions all point toward the same North Star. Think of Walt Disney. When he was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination, he could have decided to quit. But he had a vision of worlds that did not yet exist, and his decisions aligned with that vision. Sleeping in his office, drawing characters when he had no money for food, pushing forward until the world finally saw what he saw. Purpose breathes life into every decision. Without purpose, decisions are hollow. But with purpose, even the smallest act becomes sacred. The student who decides to study instead of scrolling, the worker who decides to learn instead of complain, the entrepreneur who decides to try again after failure, they are all guided by purpose. And purpose makes them unstoppable. So ask yourself, what beliefs are shaping your decisions? What vision directs your path? What purpose fuels your fire? Until you answer those questions, your decisions will drift. But once you answer them with conviction, every choice you make becomes a step toward destiny. Decisions without discipline are daydreams. To decide once is not enough. You must decide again and again, every single day, until your actions carve the reality you once imagined. Discipline is the bridge between decision and destiny. It is the proof of commitment, the daily act of saying, "I mean what I said." Think of athletes who wait before dawn, entrepreneurs who work while others sleep, inventors who tinker for years without applause. They are not motivated every day, but they are disciplined every day. They made a decision once, and then they remake it 1,000 times in silence. That is how empires are built. Action is the language of decision. Without it, a decision is just a whisper lost in the wind. But when you act, even in small steps, you breathe life into the choice you made. Action multiplies. Action compounds. Action transforms doubt into confidence, weakness into strength. And yet, no matter how strong your decision, no matter how consistent your action, life will test you. There will be failures. There will be rejection. There will be days when everything you built comes crashing down. This is where resilience is forged. Destiny is not given to the first who tries. Destiny bows to the one who refuses to break. Thomas Edison said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That is resilience. That is decision made flesh. Adaptability is its twin. If the path is blocked, you do not stop. You change course. You learn, you pivot, you adjust your sails, but you never abandon the destination. The tree that bends in the storm survives. The one that resists breaks. Understand this. Your decisions will not protect you from pain, but they will give you the strength to endure it, to rise above it, to turn it into fuel. The storms will come, but they cannot destroy the man or woman who has truly decided. Gratitude sharpens your decisions. A grateful mind sees opportunity where a bitter mind sees nothing. Gratitude transforms obstacles into lessons, setbacks into stepping stones. It keeps you humble when you succeed, and strong when you struggle. And from gratitude flows growth, because the man who is thankful for what he has can build upon it, while the man who only curses his lack will remain empty forever. Learning is the final pillar. Every decision is either a step forward or a lesson learned. The wisest among us are not those who never err, but those who use every error as education. Lincoln, Ford, Disney, they all stumbled, but they chose to learn, and that decision became their advantage. And so we arrive at the truth. Your destiny is not waiting somewhere out there in the fog. It is not written in the stars. It is not sealed by your past. It is not owned by your circumstances. It is written in your next decision. Decide to rise, and you will rise. Decide to believe, and belief will strengthen you. Decide to act, and the world will bend to your persistence. Decide to endure, and no force will break you. Decide to give thanks, and abundance will flow to you. Decide to lead your life, and destiny will follow. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There is only this moment, and the decision you make within it. Your destiny is written not once, but every day. It is written in the morning you choose discipline over distraction. It is written in the night you choose vision over fear. It is written in the countless unseen moments when you whisper to yourself, "I will not quit." So pick up the pen. Write boldly. Decide who you will be. Decide what you will build. Decide how you will live. And let your decisions carve a destiny so undeniable that the world will remember your name long after your voice is gone. Because in the end, greatness is never given. It is decided.